Have you ever felt like your mind gets stuck on a loop of unhelpful ideas, making things feel heavier and more overwhelming than they need to be? It is a common experience, but fortunately, there are effective strategies you can use each day to shift that pattern. The excellent news is that cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, offers practical daily exercises that can truly help challenge those negative thoughts. Key techniques include the thought record, cognitive restructuring, and behavioral activation. These are all designed to help you identify, challenge, and ultimately change unhelpful thinking patterns, leading to a more balanced and positive outlook. At its core, the reason these exercises work is because our thoughts are not always facts. They are often interpretations, habits, or even distorted reactions to situations. These daily practices empower you to become a detective of your own mind, questioning automatic thoughts rather than simply accepting them. By changing how you think about situations, you can directly influence your emotions and behaviors, creating a positive ripple effect in your daily life. Let us dive into some actionable steps. A foundational exercise is completing a thought record. When you notice an intense negative emotion, pause for a moment. First, write down the situation and the emotion you are feeling. Then, identify the automatic negative thought that crossed your mind. Next, and this is crucial, list all the evidence supporting that thought, and then all the evidence against it. Finally, develop a more balanced or alternative thought based on the evidence. For instance, instead of thinking I am a failure, you might conclude I made a mistake this time, but I am learning and growing, and this experience will help me improve. Another powerful technique is cognitive restructuring through Socratic questioning. This involves asking yourself questions like, is this thought a fact or an opinion? What is another way to look at this situation? What would I tell a friend who had this exact thought? This helps you challenge common thinking errors such as all or nothing thinking, where everything is either perfect or terrible, or catastrophizing, where you imagine the worst possible outcome. You are essentially reframing your perspective. Additionally, consider integrating behavioral activation into your daily routine. This involves identifying activities that bring you a sense of pleasure or accomplishment, even small ones. Then, schedule and commit to doing them, regardless of your current mood. This might be taking a short walk, listening to music, or working on a hobby. The act of engaging in positive behaviors can create new positive experiences and naturally break negative thought cycles by redirecting your focus and energy. What is really fascinating is that these techniques are not about forcing yourself to be positive, but rather about cultivating realistic thinking. You are learning to distinguish between factual information and subjective interpretations. This process helps with what CBT professionals call cognitive diffusion, where you separate yourself from your thoughts, recognizing them as mental events rather than absolute truths. This ability to observe your thoughts without being consumed by them is a game changer. By consistently practicing these daily exercises, you are actively rewiring your brain. You are building new neural pathways that support more adaptive and helpful ways of thinking. This regular effort transforms you into your own best coach, equipping you with the mental resilience to navigate life's challenges with greater calm, clarity, and an overall sense of well-being. It is about empowering yourself to choose a more balanced and constructive path forward, one thought at a time.